Hey there, happy day 1274 of What You Up To Now. Sharon Hornelson here, documenting my journey as I transition from the brick and mortar corporate world of business to the online world of business. Well, why should you care about that? Well, maybe you don't. Maybe you don't do anything online. I don't know why you'd be listening to me or how you hear my voice or see my face. If you aren't doing something online, maybe you're just watching videos and you stumbled across this. Well, I've been a business owner for 47 years. I know it's hard to believe, 47 years, almost 48 actually, if I'm really counting from when I started. I can't remember when I started my first business. I was 13 and it was an ice business. It was probably the summer of the year that I turned 13. So probably right after I turned 13, but I can't remember exactly when it was, what time of year. So it's hard to count, but then I guess since we're probably past that, it is 48 years. All right, well, it's been a long time. And then over a quarter century of that time was also spent working in corporate America for some of the absolutely coolest corporations on the planet, both big multinational corporations, global corporations. Now, I'll have to check, but I think one is one of the biggest in the world. It's not Apple, it's not those, but it is one of the biggest in the world, personal care product companies. And some other companies, communication companies and things, which it's hard to admit now that I was in the newspaper industry, given how the media is seen by millions of people now, because that's how they are. They're totally off the rails when it comes to their original mission and purpose for being and why they exist today. Very, very different things, and in terms of how that's manifesting and showing up in the world. But it was fun back in the 90s being a part of that, especially during things like the Gulf War. It was an exciting place to work, an exciting place to be. But as part of that, and then all the years in different industries, I've been in at least 27 different industries offline, and I don't know how you count online industries, whether you've been in them or not. It's a little bit more challenging for me to count those, and I've just never bothered to do it. Been online since 2017. 2017, after my divorce and everything, I was like, all right, I'm old. I could retire, but I don't really want to retire. What do I want to do? And I'd always been curious about the internet, so I decided I will learn and explore and try to figure this internet thing out. I thought, well, as long as I'm figuring it out, I might as well share what I'm learning and what's working with other people. Now, I'm going to be the first to admit that the first year plus that I was online, I did not share my journey. I did not document my journey publicly. I documented it in notebooks and things. Like, I have like hundreds and hundreds of different types of notebooks around, of notes and lessons learned and things, but I didn't document it via video. I challenged myself in late 2018, and some other mentors and coaches said, you need to publish, you need to share, and one of the best ways to do that is to document and share your journey. Just talk about and share what's working, what's not working, and that helped me to get over my fear of doing video. And so I just started sharing, and now it's just kind of been a habit. Every day I hop on, what am I working on? What am I learning? What's working? What's not working? The good, bad, the ugly. You know, some days are uglier than others. Some days are more frustrating than others based on technological changes and, you know, algorithm changes and things that are outside of our control. I've learned to not be so frustrated by the things that are outside of our control, because there's a whole lot of things, more things outside of our control than are in our control, except we have the overriding veto power of deciding and choosing how we're going to respond to anything and everything in our life and around our life and outside of our life. We get to decide how we respond to everything and anything. So even though the majority of things are outside of our personal control, we always have the ultimate control and responsibility and power to decide how anything is going to impact us or not. Sometimes we can just choose not to participate and be impacted at all by stuff that happens. So what's going on? Couple of things. Granddaughter will be here soon. Super excited to see her. I always love Mondays. It's awesome Monday, by the way, in case it's a different day in your neck of the woods or when you happen to be hearing or seeing this. I love Mondays. I've always loved Mondays, but I especially love Mondays now because it allows me to get in touch with people that have kind of been off for the weekend and gone and doing different things over the weekend. And I do different things over the weekend than I do during the week as well. But since I create my own schedule and design my own life and do what I want, when I want, where I want, wearing what I want, with whomever I want, and I have that freedom these days, I like it when everybody else comes back and joins me in my little world and the things that I'm doing. And so that's fun. I love Mondays. So today, I'm also doing a couple of challenges and getting ready and ramping up for the next 30 plus day Get Up and Go challenge. Started it last year during COVID. I was looking for a way to mainly keep a fire under my own rear and keep moving toward my goals and objectives during such crazy and uncertain times. And I thought, well, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to bring people right along with me. So the Get Up and Go challenge was born out of the need to literally get up and keep moving in times that are so chaotic that it's impacting not just me and millions of other people, me and the entire planet for the most part. I have yet to find people that were not impacted in some way, shape, or form by the COVID-19 and the ramifications and the way it was handled. Almost everybody was externally somehow massively impacted and had to make changes in their lives and their routines and their rituals and the way they do things, whether it was homeschooling their kids, working from home, business shut down, job loss, business shut down, whatever the impact was, health concerns, isolation, the list is almost endless. All of us, almost everyone on the planet was impacted in some way by the pandemic. It was a global event. And it's fun to study and watch it and how it was handled and the ramifications. And for decades into the future, we'll be unraveling and studying and watching for the ripple effect of that particular event, because it's not very often that we have something that impacts so much of the world that we can actually step back and study. How does it impact us? How will business, the economy, the environment, politics, religion, everything, relationships be impacted, our health, our long-term health, by this particular event, and be able to trace it directly back to this event and how it was handled. It's exciting for me to look for those things and look for those trends and changes, but maybe not for you, but it is for me as a student of life. So what am I working on? What am I doing besides the Get Up and Go challenge, which starts August 1st, by the way? Get Up and Go 30 plus day challenge, August 1st. Every day I do a piece of content for my Supersize Your Business group and page. And I started doing, as I was moving not even a couple of years ago, a little over, I guess it was almost a couple of years ago now, as I started packing up my house of 25 years and everything, and all the clutter and stuff. You can see I'm kind of a cluttered personality. All of the items and things, I needed a way to produce content quickly and easily, but still add value to that group. So what I did is I stumbled across a book of idioms that I had gotten it for my kids, I'm sure, when they were in junior high, and they never even opened it. It was brand new. And I thought, oh, idioms, they're interesting, because words and what things mean, it's important and it's interesting. And it's really what words mean to you, what phrases, what things mean to you. Because what struggle means to me is different than what struggle means to you. How I define beauty is different for me than how you define beauty. And what's really important is how you define it, what it means to you. So I thought, well, this would be fun to look at the idioms, see what they mean, and then tie that to how you grow and build and supersize your business. And so that's what I started doing. And today was, I'm sure we're well over 1,000, but I started recounting because I lost my spreadsheet. So today was day 891 of doing that again, or doing idioms. So I know since I lost my spreadsheet, we're well over 1,000, but there's 25,000 in the English language, so I don't think I'm going to run out anytime soon, as long as I want to continue doing that. And even after I moved and got settled in, it's still kind of like improv. It's a way to take a topic and think about it and then apply it to what I do in my life, or one of the areas and aspects of my life, and that's building and supersizing and growing my businesses and helping other people to do that as well. So today's was on point. We're doing leadership from the 8th of July to the end of the month. I kind of wanted to find a theme to make the summer months easier. So I thought, okay, leadership is a good one for us growing and supersizing our businesses. So I looked up popular idioms on leadership, and we've been talking about them since the 8th of July, and we'll talk about them through the end of the month. So today's was on point. And on point can come from belay. When you belay is different than ballet. So to belay is to do with rope climbing and handling ropes and supporting one another. Ballet is the French dance. And in French, on point, which I cannot say in French, it talks about standing on your very tippy toes, and that is a high level of skill and leadership in the ballet field. It also could come from the military, where when someone is on point, that means they're out in front leading the rest of the organization, either law enforcement or the military, on a mission or on a project or something. Same in business. When you're on point, you're leading in your business. So that was our idiom today. We talked about what does it mean, where does it come from, and how might you use it in your business and your life, and how do you be on point to supersize and grow your business. Our annual challenge this year is all about you doing one thing every day that centers us, from Little Journal book, Do One Thing Every Day That Centers You. Got it up at the cabin last summer, and this is the 4th year in a row that I've done an annual challenge. And it's usually something, one area or aspect of my life that I personally want to improve on. The first one was all about stretching my comfort zone, because I needed to get more comfortable doing a lot of things with respect to the online world in business. Although I've been in business for a long time and comfortable doing business online and being involved online is very different than offline. There's a lot of similarities, but there's also differences. And there were things in the online world that made me very, very uncomfortable. So in order to get more comfortable, I stretched my comfort zone by doing a whole year challenge, or one thing every day, one little thing every day I did to stretch my comfort zone. Then we did a year about getting more love in your life. After my divorce, I wanted to get through all that. So more love. Just got lots of love in my life now. And then last year, which was perfect for COVID-19, was to do one fun thing every day. And then about the middle of the year last year, I noticed that things were still really discombobulated and up in the air for people, including me. And I thought, well, how do we get more focused, more centered? How do we get to know ourselves better and know what's important to us in order to continue to move forward and create the life we want, no matter what's going on? And I ran across this little book, Do One Thing Every Day That Centers You, and I thought, okay, that would be perfect. So that's what I've been doing this year. Now, when I'm working on something for the year, I don't just do this, right? When I was stretching my comfort zone or looking for more fun or doing one thing every day that centers me, of course, I'm doing other things besides this little daily thing, because this little daily reminder, this little daily saying, or this little daily tiny step gets me moving in the right direction of what I want, gets me motivated and open to looking for other things that can help improve that area or aspect of my life. So I actually, toward the beginning of the year, after I'd done this for about a month or so, my brain started to see and look around for different opportunities and things that I could add to my life that would continue to help me grow and move and be more centered and focused, improve the skills and areas of my life that I want to improve. So I actually got a coach and joined a coaching program about communication, presentation, communication skills, mostly communication skills, and confidence, because I believe that confidence and communication are core skills that all of us need in order to create what it is that we want in our life. We have to have the confidence to believe that we deserve and can figure out and go for the things we want. And then we have to have the communication skills that will help us to communicate to other people what it is that we're trying to do and accomplish and be and do and have here on the planet. So I added those two things to my other 7 areas and aspects of my life, which I also added to the Get Up and Go challenge at the end of last year. It was either the last 1 or 2 challenges where I added, no, I don't think so. I think that was this year. Erase that. I did not add those until this year, probably the April challenge. So in the April challenge, instead of doing 7 areas and aspects of our life, I added communication and confidence as key areas and foundational areas, and now I give examples of that. So I think I just added that in April of this year, since I didn't start the coaching until March, I don't think, end of March. Anyway, I digress. Our idiom, or our expression today, our challenge from our Do One Thing Every Day that centers you, was all about being your own teacher and teaching yourself. And the truth is, we are our own teacher. Until we're ready or asking questions about anything, we're not going to learn anything, right? And what's the saying? When the student is ready, the teacher appears. It is so true. When we're curious about something, when we're wondering about something, when we're open to something, that's when we find the answers to that thing. We never get an answer until we ask the question, right? lucky for us, we're always asking questions in our head. Our brains work by always asking questions and always asking questions about what something means to us. And guess what? That's our job, is to figure out what everything means to us. So working on that. So Get Up and Go Challenge, Supersize Your Business Challenge, All About You 365-day challenge, challenges I'm working on. And hanging out with my granddaughters and helping with our puppies. The dogs got exposed to blue-green algae accidentally yesterday. So one is home and we're keeping an eye on her, and the other one is in the emergency hospital since last night. So I guess prayers and good vibes and wishes for Bean are greatly appreciated. And I will be doing the same. We'll be keeping an eye on Bean and Chaco to make sure that they're okay, because I didn't know it, but I found out yesterday that blue-green algae is very, very scary and dangerous and has a lot of toxins in it that are deadly, can be within minutes to both dogs and humans. So wishing that the parks and lakes would monitor and mark that a little better to let people know, because first I heard of it was yesterday. It just goes to show us there's all kinds of things in our environment that we're not even aware of, that they can actually kill us. So we should be a little cautious. All right, have an awesome day. If I can help you in any way, ask in the comments below or direct message me. You can actually, if you're hearing me on Facebook, direct message me from this video. I like to say I might not know the answer, but I guarantee I can hook you up with someone or something that will help you get the answer that you need so that you can keep moving forward. Know that your next step is the only step you have to take, because as soon as you take your next step, the following step will appear, and so on and so on and so on. Remember that commercial from the olden days when television had commercials? All right. Have an amazing day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.